Hello, Samson here. So, in today's book review, I was reading Brilliant, Bold and Brilliant, that is by Maunosh Zomorodi. So, the book is centered on the fact that there is a lot of um, gadget time that we have as human beings, and we find ourselves usually not in a position of doing stuff that really matters to us. Instead, we find ourselves mostly on social media and constantly on our gadgets almost anytime and anywhere. So the author says whenever society acquires a new technological skill or ability, there is an uncertain period during which we're besotted with the technology. So using it indiscriminately without really understanding its effects, while swearing off our devices isn't necessarily the solution for many of us. The honeymoon phase with our gadgets is decidedly over. So the book is centered around three ideas. The first idea of default mode, and there is a second thing which is the attention mode. So the idea of the default mode is where the brain is at rest, it's relaxed, and you're constantly generating in new ideas. So it is when the mind is disconnected or not actively engaged in anything. Now, this is where we refer mostly to it as boredom time or not really doing anything, but it is important in order for us to create new ideas, right? Yeah. So the second idea in the book that is discussed is how to generate brilliant ideas, and then the ideas can only be generated if we do the three things, that is restricting the intake of new information, which will invariably stop the mental stimulation. Because remember, if the brain is not actively engaged, then it's in default mode, and for us to achieve default mode we need to restrict information intake. So the second thing is we allow the mind to wander away. We just let it be like that without necessarily engaging in anything, and then develop capacity for boredom, that is by setting alone time or time to be alone. Yeah. And then the last idea which the author discusses, or which we find in the book, is currency for information, right? Or yeah, attention is a currency for information. So if attention is a currency for information, there are these distractions that we have on a constant basis, that is on a day-to-day basis. So social media, our gadgets and everything are just focused on trying to get our attention, that is on a daily basis, which affects our productivity and all that. So the Bold and Brilliant 7-step program that Manosh Zomorodi puts up in the book, he calls them challenges. So the first one is actually you need to get observing yourself. So you just try to track your digital habits in this phase, and then you're going to discover some shock when you know that you spend maybe most of your time on gadgets without really doing productive stuff that is really important to you. And then the second challenge is you keeping your devices out of reach while you're in motion. The habit people have is usually texting when moving. Every time we're constantly looking at our gadgets, our phones, constantly checking for new updates and stuff like that on Instagram. And then there is a photo free day, that is the third challenge. So different people in different parts of the world are actually on selfies. Most of the times people can't stay without taking a selfie in this era we are living. So this is so that can be posted on Instagram, on Facebook, and whatnot. But the challenge is to have a photo-free day and see if you're going to die. Challenge number 4 is to delete the app. Just uninstall the app, delete it, and then see if you can live without it. Challenge number 5 is to take a vacation. The importance of just having time to yourself for solitude is so important that in European countries it's a mandate for the government to provide a vacation for their citizens, and they have to pay for it. So then taking a vacation can mean you just take 1 hour off from work, where you just disconnect and then you're focusing on stuff that is in you, going back to the default mind. And then challenge number 6 is observe something else. So the thing is, you need to be in sync with what's happening around you. Most of the times, because of headsets and whatnot, we're just people who are disconnected from one another when gadgets are meant to actually connect us and to be used as a tool. So just observe something else, that is by being in sync with what is going on. And the last thing, the last challenge, that is the bold and brilliant challenge. So in accumulation of all the exercises or the challenges that I have mentioned in the book, we're going to actually see the power that boredom plays in order for us to live and have productivity on a daily basis. So yeah, these were the basic ideas behind Brilliant and Bored by Manoj Zomorodi. So till we meet in the next segment, for now, I am checking out.